Hello. So I am sorry you're subjected to my voiceovers for these. But this is 950 Eton. It's a little bit rainy and dreary. Okay, so this is the surrounding houses and neighborhoods. There's a police officer. So one thing I do like about, that's one of the main roads to come in at. One thing I do like about this neighborhood is that all of the houses look different. They're not cookie cutter. Here's the front of the house. Looking immediately, it's a small thing. There is a little bit of a raised shingle. There, that doesn't show up at all. I'm so sorry. And the gutters are pretty full. But that's just what I noticed right away. It's the side of the house. This is wood, which is interesting. So one of the things about wood in eastern North Carolina is it tends to I don't know, not hold up quite as well, just because of the moisture. So this siding is considered hardy board. So it's actually like hard siding, but it looks like wood. And what's nice is it can be painted. Okay, so, sorry I didn't turn on any lights. When you walk in, wood floors. It is yellow. Here's the front door. Nope, there's no light in here. I don't know. So my assumption is this light switch probably is linked to an outlet. Okay, so there is a difference in flooring in this room. This is what I would consider the living space. You have the 2-story foyer. I'll come back to this space in a minute. Immediately notice there's actually that looks like a wood ring. Interesting. Needs some paint. The wood isn't soft or anything. Couple of, sorry if I point out things that you don't care about, only because I want to make sure my goal is for there not to be any surprises. If you buy a house, whichever house it is, I don't want you to be like, gosh, I didn't know this existed. So this is an old ADT system. Settling crack here, I wouldn't worry about too much. There's a couple of nail pops. Okay. Walk into this room. Again, wood, real wood. No light fixtures in here. It's pretty common for some older homes not to have light fixtures in some rooms. Let me turn on this light. There's a ton of natural light and again, it's really dreary out, but there's a lot of windows. So something I do notice that you obviously are not here to feel, it's not very drastic. There is a slight bit of a slope walking towards that transition strip over there. Again, that's the front door. It's nice that the ceilings are not popcorn. So at one point, there's a little water spot there. Water spot and also a seam. It's very straight, so my guess is that it is just a drywall seam that needs to be redone. So again, just needs a little paint. If you ever want a video that is less detailed, also, please just let me know. I'm happy to do either of those things. Massive pantry. I'm also gonna put the phone down and flip it around so you can, hello. Sorry, as it falls. Okay, the only reason I want to do this is because we're looking at cracks. So if there's a crack that looks like this and it spreads evenly, you're usually okay. When cracks like start to shift like this and go the polar opposite direction, then that's when it would be for people. That's when I would say, okay, maybe we should get a structural engineer in here. Sorry, I'm trying to turn on all of the lights. There we go. Okay, so the kitchen is big. Hole from that. These are granite. Little dining. So again, drywall seam needs to be fixed, and historically, skylights almost always leak unless you get like a really good window company. These windows are old as well. The reason that is important, these are still like wooden windows. The reason I point that out, this one is at least, these have been replaced. The reason I point that out is because the older they are, and if you go to ever sell this house, it might be a kicker for some people. So obviously that needs to be taken care of. Garbage disposal. I always look under the sink. So this is screwed in. My assumption is, again, there was a leak and it rotted this board underneath. And their resolution was to put this piece, which is kind of like plastic-y, under there. There is a garbage disposal. You've got a separation at the top of that skylight as well. This is cracked. I'm assuming that's the fan. It is the fan. Interesting. Refrigerator would be here. Your ovens are built in. And then you get out of the wood floor. This carpet needs to be replaced. Wood burning fireplace. I like the built-ins. The ceilings are pretty high. They're about 9 feet. These are nice shelves. Vents in the floor. So because of the vents in the flooring, your ductwork is going to run underneath the crawl space. I will go outside later. Little wet bar. That's kind of cool. Just needs another light bulb. So this is kind of neat. I like it. This, I think, can probably be wiped off. Oh, Jesus. So again, leak. There is some mold in this space. There's not any in here. Interesting. Laundry room. I could find a light switch. Where is a light switch for this? Apparently non-existent. Okay, no light switch that works. So laundry room, I'm sorry, it's so dark. Garage. No, it's a fire rated door. Your hot water heater is here. Beer fridge. The built-in storage is nice. Again, moisture at some point in time. So the downfall about the moisture in the ceilings is we have no idea if it is new, if it is old. An inspector, there's attic access up here too. An inspector will have, for the most part, a reader. There's just some stains on the floor. A reader to where they can tell if it is actively wet or not. Okay, so again, that's the pantry. This is going to be a half bath. Interesting color choices in here. This door needs to be redone. I guess let me check in here because that looks okay. Looks like there's interesting. We have zero idea what that's for. It's not screwed on the bottom, it's screwed at the top. Okay, so again, needs some drywall repairs. Carpet is also aged. More drywall. So some of these windows actually look new. 2 of them in the dining room had stickers on them as well. I just don't know how new they are. Okay. Again, crack. This is a good room. So all of these carpets are the same, older. Interesting. Okay. I actually love this room. It could use a little updating. However, the ceilings are so tall. The built-ins are lovely. From here, you overlook the front of the house. But it's like, this is interesting, but I don't hate it. What I would hate is, I guess it depends on schedules. I was like, I would hate it because my husband gets up super early. And he would be, like, the shower would obviously wake me up. So that is something to keep in mind. But, like, I don't hate the idea of it. So these are nice. They are built in. Obviously, you could have them removed if you wanted. This is interesting. It almost looks like it was like maybe a sitting area. TV for in the bathroom, because why not? I need a light switch though. Here we go. Maybe. There we go. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so another crack. Again, is separating pretty evenly. Not something I would stress out about too much. I love... This is interesting. I like this material, but there is a definite difference in like stain. You've got tile floors in here. These are pretty beat up. Again, they obviously had a moisture problem at some point in time and have replaced that. Leaky pipes. This is, I wish I could tell you what this is. It's paint. It's like a weird textured paint. Another water. There's some water spots. Another seam. Shower is super tall. Water closet. Okay. All right. So yeah, this is it. So this is the only closet space that you have in this room, at least. Another bathroom. Tile as well. Again, with the really tall ceilings in here, which is nice and not very common. Like, these are super tall. They're probably 15. Maybe not quite, but they're up there. Maybe 13 feet. Again, another seam. A really big, deep bathtub. So, again, this is a little bit short. So I have to wonder, and it might scare you, it might not. Because there's obviously been a lot of leaks in around piping. another attic access is if this house has or had polybutylene piping. Obviously a crack right there. There's your, at least they're easy access. So what I do see, I can't tell on the other side how the flashing is for those skylights. But here's a good view of like your backyard and your neighbors. So polybutylene piping, they stopped using it in 1995. And it's because the fixtures on the piping had a history of leaking. So this house is built in that time frame that it might have it. Again, it scares some people. Other people are like, well, if it's not leaking, don't worry about it. So that's to each their own call. Again, carpets need to be replaced everywhere. That's just a wire for a box. More closet space. Another moisture spot. So the rooms are really big, which is nice. Carpet stain. More storage. This closet door isn't attached. Another bedroom. These rooms are all huge. It's very dark in here, however. So like drywall repairs. Again, carpet needs to be replaced. And these guys. No idea what the wire's for. Again, another repair. So as we talk a little bit more and go along this journey, I'm curious to see, obviously, what you think. Let me go outside while I'm talking. I'm curious to see what you think about this house, but also if you guys want something that has a little less work, or do you like the older houses with character? That's super important for just like my knowledge to kind of guide you guys and see what it is that you're looking for. This door is just completely unlocked. It's the back door. Again, these windows are old. They are the old wooden windows. You have 2 units. Not a terribly sized yard. I am going to look in here. Oh, shit. Fuckers. Okay. Sorry. Excuse my language. I don't love that. Okay, I'll come fix this when I'm not on a video. It's completely like bolted shut. I don't love that because I obviously can't see the condition of the crawl space. It's like, is there a vapor barrier? Is there a dehumidifier? Is it encapsulated? All of the things that are really important, especially because of the moisture levels that we get here. But I'll see if I can get a little more info on it from the listing agent. Again, I'll upload this. Please let me know what you think. I am sorry this video has taken forever. But yeah, so let me know. I'll get a little more info on the crawl space for you and let me know what you think.